Carl Markman from Remen is going to be at the AIM event, which is this week, and he's going to be there on the 6th. So you're going to want to go and check him out if you're going to that event. For details on it, click the Remen banner you see right here over on your right, or you scroll down past the comments, you'll see their banner there, or there's a link around here somewhere.
So I saw this graph from the Census Bureau. I thought it was pretty cool. Check this out. Here's what rents, in terms of the cost, have done since 1950. What really trips me out about this is look at what rents did through the two big recessions. Now, those recessions, those are the gray vertical bars. Check out what the rents did.
Yeah?
I mean, they just kept powering on through. I wouldn't have thought that.
So what?
They just kept going up because remember, when sales prices during the recessions are falling off a cliff going down, but rents, they just kept going up. It's interesting. It just really proves the point that even in a bad economy, I mean, people like to live indoors. That makes sense, right? I find this interesting because during the housing recession, obviously, those sales prices, they just dropped. But rents, check it out. Look at this. It's fascinating.
So what?
They actually kept going up the entire time of the recessions.
So what?
Now, you might think that's odd. I thought that was odd, but it's not. It's
Okay.
really not odd, Frank.
All right.
It makes perfect sense. Understand, during the recessions, when all those homeowners got foreclosed on, remember that? And like we said, they still wanted to live indoors, so what did they do?
So what?
They moved over and became renters.
what?
They created demand there. I'm gonna call this the great diaspora of homeowners moving over into the rental market. That's what happens during a recession. The recession created a robust rental market, hence rents went up, more demand.
So what?
Foreclosed bodies wanna live indoors.
So what?
Well, I want to tell you, there's something in this, Frank, for real estate agents and lenders right now who are watching this and trying to prove their business.
Okay.
You have to understand what's happening in your market. Rents are actually dropping when a lot of people think they might be going up.
So what?
Listen to this. Stop, you're bugging me. Listen to this. According to new data from the Census Bureau, the nationwide median asking rent fell from $1,003 in the third quarter to $947 in the fourth quarter. That's a decrease of $56 in 3 short months.
So what?
The reason is, like I said, renters are moving back into home ownership because we've seen some of these house prices dropping a little bit.
So what?
The diaspora in reverse, renters moving back into home ownership.
So what?
That's what's pushing rents down in all the markets when we've seen them just go up. We have a temporary shift where rents are going down right now, and there might be a misconception, Frank, that people think the rents are going to keep going down and rent, not buy a house, and that is foolhardy.
So what?
For realtors, to stay one step ahead of the game, you need to understand this. Lower rents will result in more potential buyers. The buyers who you want to work with thinking about renting, that's not good for you. It's not good for them either.
So what?
If they rent, see, there might be less demand on the purchase market and home values could skid as well. But I don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
So what?
It's important to stay one step ahead of the game. So for instance, rents are falling right now. They're coming down. So people are thinking, hey, rents are gonna come down. I'm not buying a house. Your potential buyers are going to become renters for all the wrong reasons. So you should go to them and say something like, oh, you should buy a house. You should buy a house right now, especially because rents are coming down. See, that seems counterintuitive. You understand that? With rents coming down, a realtor going over to somebody saying, oh, buy a house. In spite of the fact that your alternative is cheaper, you should probably buy a house. It's more important now than ever.
So what?
It's counterintuitive. It's gonna get people to perk up their little old ears.
Doesn't matter.
See, cheaper rents is easy, and I'm telling realtors and lenders to tell these people to take the more expensive route.
Doesn't matter.
It's gonna catch people's attention. And then the realtor or lender could use that catching their attention as a segue into a larger conversation about how rents always go up even if they're coming down now.
Doesn't matter.
Even in the darndest times, like the global housing crisis that we all remember, rents just kept on going up when you least expected it. So don't be caught off guard by rents going down right now. Buying is still a better alternative. See, the idea, Frank, the idea is to get a buyer thinking in earnest about their housing expense, what's in it for them, and the decision that they need to make about said housing expense. See, there's no better way to have this conversation as an icebreaker, or if you're looking for conversational items to talk about with people, than to give that prospective buyer, who's thinking about renting, that prospective buyer information that makes perfect sense and yet is counterintuitive.
Okay.
Boy, that might get me thinking. It's a snap to attention moment for a salesperson, a realtor or lender. So now agents and lenders in their market right now can go to those prospective buyers out there, because we're always looking for content. What do we say?
Sure, yeah.
And you could go, via social media or blogging or emails or videos or calling people. And you can do this, have this conversation that I'm laying out for you right now in just a few short seconds. And you're really making a marketing timepiece. It's very time sensitive and it's relevant information to what's going on right now.
All that work, I guess.
Rents are down. That's why you're gonna not do that, right? That's a great talking point.
So what?
The conversation, just write this, some form of social media, some form of talking, calling, email, it doesn't matter. Hey, even in a market where rents are going down, it's probably even a better time to buy. It's such a great talking point. And then you could always back up your point with this graph. Check it out, proving.
Yeah. A lot of work.
Just look at this graph. It's proof from the Census Bureau that even in a bad market, rents, they always, if they do one thing, they just go up, so buy. Don't be fooled with this quick rent dip. It's all just an illusion. That's a great talking point, right? And it's easy and it doesn't cost you any money or time. You understand this, Frank, as a salesperson. You're going to pay for it in the long run if you rent. It's a great message. I've got a better solution. Buy a house. That's what a realtor and a lender need to do right now.
Oh, what?
Stop. Okay, timely, relevant, a great hook, guys. This is a great talking point. It's only going to take you a few seconds to do for any agent or lender right now.
Yeah.
You have to understand this, put it together. Because, Frank, would you at least give me this? It beats doing nothing, and there's a whole bunch of agents and lenders doing nothing.
So what?
It's a call to action, Frank, and it could work, and it beats doing nothing, but it's a lot of lenders and realtors in this country are doing nothing right now with their marketing.
So what?
If you know or are a realtor or lender that suffers from I can't, I won't, I'm busy, who cares, don't work, or the dreaded so what a halitosis sales sucking syndrome, there's a cure. Our scientists at the National Real Estate Post have come up with a new proven total GMO non-homeopathic supplement for you. It's called Get Off Your Ass Sellin', or I Can't Sell a Homogoto. It's chewable for the agent that can't choke down any marketing. Let them know there's a cure for their acute excusivitis. Just take one of these 2 remedies per day, followed up with the recommendation we give you 5 days a week here at the National Real Estate Post. In just a couple of months, well, your bank account will start feeling better, and the dreaded needed house call from Dr. Auto Repo.
And you might just end up getting a Student of the Month award.
Hey, look it! I just got Salesperson of the Month. Wasn't it supposed to be Salesperson, not Student of the Month?
Like there's a difference.
Just a friendly reminder. There's no cure for what ails you more than action. Let's get rid of what ails your sales, people. Take an action today. Bye. Forward it and share it. Later.